Hey, what is up YouTube? It's Adam back here, and today I have finally the Season 4 Sabine Wren Star Wars Rebels showcase video. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'd know I've been working on this for quite a while, pretty much most of spring break. And I just absolutely adore this figure. It's probably the best one that I've made. And yeah, overall it's a really cool figure. I really like how she turned out. Her hair especially. There are a couple things I would fix, which I'll get into later on, but yeah, and don't worry, she also has her helmet. I'll show that later on. But yeah, she was just really cool and fun to make, and I really adore this character. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So starting off with the hair. The hair is not sculpted on a Lego hairpiece. This hair was entirely sculpted. It was just the bare head. But her hair in the show is so slim that I felt like I just needed to sculpt it rather than trying to sculpt it on a hairpiece, because then it looks really big. And I mean, honestly, I like how it turned out. It's not the worst, but there are a couple things that I would fix. For example, I got some criticism on this, and which I asked for. But this little piece right here should actually be like off of her face, but for some reason Procreate just will not stay in that shape, and I don't know why. I kept pushing it up and it just kept falling right back down on the face. But yeah, so anyways, the hair is painted a darker purple on the back, and as you go up it slowly turns into a pinkish, like purplish color, which is a really nice blend, and I think it works really well. And then we have the white on the top of her hair, which I painted with the Citadel white. Probably the best white to use, Citadel paint. Apple Barrel is just really hard to work with, especially when it comes to white colors. But and then I created this little area with my X-Acto knife going from the front to pretty much right where it stops with the pink. And I painted it brown because that's how it looks in the show. I probably should have blended it a little bit better, but honestly, I like how it looks, and I painted it all the way up here so it can blend with the hair, so it looks really natural. And yeah, I just really like how it looks. And the neck is painted black all the way around except for this little spot where her skin is showing. And the head is actually the official Lego Sabine Wren head. It's a double-sided head normally. I just covered that obviously with the clay, the other side, but so I left her angry face out because that's honestly, most of season 4 she's pretty like in her fighting mode. So I felt that it was more suited for her for this version. And yeah, so along the neck you can see, I'll tilt it up a little bit, there is some painting on the sides, and I really like how it came out. We have yellow, red, and purple stripes on this side, and the other side is just kind of purple on the edges and orange everywhere else. And then on the torso is an Aerolite female torso, and I also really like how it turned out. I painted it dark. It's a really dark purple on every side. I did this because on the art that I based it off of, which is pretty much, it's one of those weird concept arts where it shows the entire like just front, back, sides, everything. It was pretty accurate from what I could gather on the actual images I found from the show, other than the helmet. But yeah, so I saw it was black here anyways, and so I felt that it wasn't right to leave it dark purple or leave it black on this everywhere else, because then it wouldn't really blend. So I changed it dark purple, painted all the sides of the torso and the front and the back with it. And yeah, so then I painted it gray around. These three pieces in the middle are actually sheet metal that I cut out. They're pretty much, it gives it a lot better of a look, and it makes it look a lot more symmetrical. And yeah, it looks really good. And because I really suck at painting straight lines, so it's just every opportunity I get, I just take it when trying to paint. straight lines, and yeah. So these little things over here, I'm not sure what to call them, but she has them on her torso. I kind of want to call them like rocket streaks because that's what they look like, the end of a rocket. And yeah, it's an orange and white mix. And then she's got red and purple and a little bit of red mixed in with the purple right there. Metallic silver damage on here mixed with purple, and some yellow streaks with the yellow rebel symbol. And then in the middle, she's got that whole piece painted yellow, just fitting in between the two breastplates. And yeah. And then I painted this entire bottom piece over here, like underneath the sheet metal, gray. Oops, sorry. And then I painted it all the way around. You can see underneath the arms and everything, and the arms move without scraping it. So that's pretty nice. And yeah. Then the jetpack, this jetpack caused me so many problems. It is the most difficult thing that I've ever had to paint. Pretty much it's just gray with white outlines, but the white outlines, so I painted everything white, and then I tried to go back in with gray and fill it in, and it worked somewhat on the bottom part. On the top part, I'm not so sure, but overall I think it's the best I could do, and I'm pretty happy with it. And it's red down here, and then a little, like these little half circles, and then another red streak, and then it's actually white and orange at the top, and yeah, then more dark gray and purple. I really like that shade of purple. And yeah, so then we move on to the arms. The arms are just painted. Other than that, they have a it's made out of the same sheet metal I used for the breastplates. It's just folded over a I actually folded over a paintbrush, and I create that shape. And so this side has the 5, the number 5, and then the checkered pattern around that, and then it has gray and dark purple on just this side. And it's the same thing over here, except over here it's orange and yellow, and there's a little tiny owl. I'm not sure if you can see that. He's just got, it's the tiniest little thing you've ever seen. You can see his feet right down there. You can see the outline. You can see his eyes. You can see the ears. It's so hard to see, especially with that green. You have no idea how hard it was to paint that and actually make it look half decent. And then anyways, so because her hands actually aren't fully enclosed, I had to paint her fingers basically sticking out of her gloves. So it's the same on both sides. She has the lower part, all 5 fingers. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the top is a little bit messy with the red and yellow streaks from her painting. Spray painting, whatever she does. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then that's the arms. We can finally do the Dark Saber. Dark Saber's painted a metallic silver. I used a Model Master, I think it was steel color. I think it looks pretty good. And then I used the Aerolite dark blade, and I painted the outlines white around it just to give it that nice effect. And I think it looks pretty good. It comes on and off without damaging the blade because I sealed it with super glue, which is actually a technique you can use. It doesn't work with all super glue. You have to find one that has like a little bit of a brush to it, and it works really well. I can get it in and out of her hand. I'm not going to do that now because I actually have to show the legs, and then I'll remove it once I put on her helmet. But yeah, the hips are painted all brown with Citadel paint. There's a little bit of a buckle right there, and then some more just little pockets and whatnot on each side. And then she's got her straps that hold her pistol holsters on every side, all the painting all around. And then she's got the tan back there and the tan up here. And I think it looks pretty good. She also has more sheet metal down here. I really like using sheet metal for Mandalorians. It just looks really good when it's really not too like bulky. So the knee pads are actually sheet metal. I painted on the black underneath them though, which wraps all the way around again. And the little pieces are red, white, orange, pretty much every color as stated before. And then her pieces down here are actually really interesting. She has, so her feet for some reason are really dirty, from what I could tell. So I had to paint on all these little marks, like it looks like she was in like a paintball fight or something, but it's really interesting. And she's got yellow, orange, purple, I think there's a red in there too, barely visible. And then she's got the black marks all around, 2 on each side I think, and it looks really good. And yeah, so now I'll put her helmet on her and we can see what she looks like with it on. So here is Sabine with her helmet on. As you can see, it's actually a normal Lego helmet. You might not be able to tell the difference, but the Aerolite helmet is just a little bit too wide in my opinion, and I really just like painting over the Lego helmet. So that's what I had to do. I shortened the visor pretty much, you can see, and then it looks really good, honestly. This is probably the cleanest visor that I've ever painted, honestly. And yeah, she's got a lot of detail. She's got a dark reddish color surrounding the black visor down here, then a black color on that, and then some little gray streaks to show the damage, and then gray all around with some little black details, and then purple back here, gray or black on the other side, then yellow up here, and then it's just the little details up here as well. Those are actually dark red. That's not black up there. That's actually a dark red color. This one is black though, and it's on both sides. I'm not exactly entirely sure what it is. I don't know what the symbols really represent, but it looks really cool. And yeah, then she's got I used the color Spiced Orange from Apple Barrel to really just to paint that side, or paint the top of the helmet, and it looks really, really good. You can see how smooth it is. And yeah, and then finally we have the antenna, which is a Clone Army Customs antenna, arc antenna, which I actually shortened on the end because that looked a little bit more accurate, and because her antenna is not, it literally just goes to that orange and then it stops. But yeah, it's really, really cool, and she's got these little white details I forgot to mention surrounding the dark red on each side. And yeah, overall a really fun figure to make. Her head actually, I forgot to mention this, but her head actually goes with the hairpiece, but luckily I have 2 Sabine heads, so that's the one I've been using to put under the helmet. But yeah, looks really cool, and I really love how it turned out. So I'll probably add her blasters once I get the Mando pistols in from CAC. I made a massive order with their sale, so I'll get those in, I'll paint them up probably, and I'll add them to her. I'll probably show it in the update video sometime in the future. But let me know if you guys like this setup. I'm trying to put more high quality. You'll see with the edited thumbnail and everything that I'm trying to make it a little bit better. So yeah, so also let me know what you want to see next. I could do the Rebels Bo-Katan. I'm also going to be finishing some figures before that, so it might be a while, but I'm going to do Bo-Katan, all of her warriors and whatnot, and hopefully all of the clans at the one scene, but it'll be really cool. Definitely going to do her Sabine's mother as well, make her, and that should be fun. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. And this is goodbye, and have a nice day.